this week's show, our guest is Roy Rodriguez. We have him usually every year to celebrate my birthday. My birthday is actually coming up, and it's going to be a very sad birthday as we are still under quarantine, and we are finishing up it's like season 5 of the show, so we've been doing it for 5 years. But I want to get Roy's take on this whole situation of self-isolation, of following these mandates from the government. And I know he's chilling at home drinking a margarita. So out of all the people that I know that are freaking out about this, he seems the more calm. But tell us, Roy, is month 3, it's been 40 days since the official stay-home order. How are you keeping it together? Are you the kind of guy that was already chilling at home and now it's the same lifestyle, or is this something that is impacting you and your family?
It's more or less the same. I mean, I've always been, I don't want to say like a shut-in, but I'm still working, and that's what I did before all this happened. If anything, I picked up more hours and become busier, but, I still go out for my bike rides. I still take my son out to the park, the bike rides, and I get out to the store to get what I need and come home. I guess like the only change is I don't really go to the movies now like I used to, well, at all anymore. And otherwise, it ain't really affecting me, man. It ain't like as hard as, I mean, I know there's people without work and that's affecting their income, but it's messed up for me to say this, but this is all kind of worked in my favor. So no, I'm not panicking. And it's like I'm a delivery driver and I'm an essential one, I guess, essential, I like to say, but I just get people their stuff so they ain't gotta go to the store, which is cool. So ain't really affected me too much, man. I don't know. No.
Well, we got to keep it classy, so we're not gonna go too far into how it's affecting you in the dating scene, in the causing trouble at the movie theaters or anything like that. You went through a transformation in the last year. It started with your gastric bypass. Is that what you?
I didn't have gastric bypass.
What did you have?
I had a gastric sleeve, where about 3/4 of your stomach is removed. Removed. They go in. What is it called? Orthoscopically, microscopically. They put 4 holes in your stomach and fill you with air and go in and surgically remove 3/4. I'm getting too far, but it really starts, man, like last September, not last September, the September beforehand. Man, all my life I had, me, or me and you know each other. I've been like battling obesity, and
I just thought you were big bone.
No, yeah, really heavy, hungry bones. But I was like, man, I topped out at 500 pounds, dude, and it's like, man, if I go on like this, I'm not gonna live much longer. There's old people, there's fat people, and you don't see too many old fat people as as big as I was. And so I went to the surgeon, and my dad helped me out with it. And the surgeon told me, he's like, we can't even help you. Our table only holds so much. You try to perform surgery and you're gonna collapse our table. So I went. He told me, he said, but I got a nutritionist. They'll put you on a liquid diet, and when you lose 50 pounds, we can schedule your surgery. So that September of 2018, yeah, I started, and I lost 50 pounds in like 3 months just doing a liquid diet. And I took a less sedative job where I just sitting around. I was an EMT and I was sitting around a lot. So I stopped doing that, and I got a job, working at a store where I was just walking around all the time, and that dropped me down. Actually, I started in September, and I finally had my surgery in February of the next year. And I lost like 65 pounds on my own without the surgery. And the day of my surgery, I was like 434. I went from 500 to 434. And I had my surgery, and like every month, you know, I just started gradually losing weight. I was sick. I was very sick after my surgery, but you know, I think that was part of the healing. And I healed up, and I began to take more intake into like for nutrition, like protein, more fluids. I was really dehydrated, and I got better, and I just kept losing weight. I'm still losing weight. You know, a year later, you know, last February 25th was it makes a year. So now it's March, April. Yeah, it's about 14 months now out of surgery, and now I'm 273 right now. 273. So from 500 to 273 in a little over a year. So
Congratulations. Can I,
thank you.
without making fun, can I tell a story about how I knew that you were overeating?
Yeah, go ahead, tell it.
So one time, Roy and I, we were out and about, and after the night was almost over, and he's like, "Hey, let's go get something to eat." And I'm like, "Okay." So we stop at a McDonald's, and he's like, "Can I have a large, burger, large fry, milkshake, and it's like a dessert item." And then he's like, "What do you want, David?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's 3 in the morning. Why are you eating a full meal at that time?"
Yeah,
And do you
yeah.
think that it was like the way you were raised, of eating, or you just love food so much, or was it compulsion? Like, what's the thing that
I think it's a combination of things. Like I wasn't like eating because I was sad. I wasn't like, oh, life's so hard. Oh, eat. No, I think I was always a big kid, and then man, it just as I got older, it got out of hand. You know, my intake was a lot greater than my outtake. You know, as far as exercising, I would go to the gym and I would try to do a lot of cardio, and sometimes I stay on the path, but then I'd fall off, and then the weight I lose, I gain it back plus more, and then that last year before I like really started and stuck with it, you know, man, I just topped out like at 500. Like I couldn't sleep well. I always had trouble, starting to have trouble breathing when I slept. You know, it's hard finding clothes because you're that big. You gotta go to special clothes now. Like I wear like a 2XL in shirts. I wear like size 42 in pants. And it's still like, oh, it's big, but yeah, it's small to me, smaller than what I've always been from like 6 and 5XL and size 60 waist pants. Like, man, I just, you know, I'm kind of glad we talk about this. Kind of makes me feel more accountable, like to never go back to that. And
let's
I
talk
keep
about
at
that.
it, man.
Like,
Yeah.
we've seen celebrities do like a yo-yo effect where they lose a bunch of
Mm.
weight and then they gain it back. What are you eating now that is keeping you in that healthier weight?
I think it isn't so much what, but I do focus on proteins and try not to eat as many carbs. Like, you know, I do have a slice of toast when I have egg or something. I just don't eat anything excessively, or I can't eat excessively. I don't even eat normal meals. I eat like half of a kid's meal and I'm full. And that holds me. I think it's more of the portion I eat, the portion control. It's so small and it sustains me. You know, I'm full, and then 3 hours later I'll be hungry and I'll eat another small meal or I'll have a protein bar, and that'll sustain me. And so at the same time, kind of like keeping my metabolism going, like small meals throughout the day. And then my job I have uh, is nothing but walking, so that helps out a lot. Like you know, I'm constantly burning calories and walking miles a day. So that's, and I weigh myself every day. People say you shouldn't weigh yourself. I do, because when I start, I always noticed even when I was big, like I wouldn't weigh myself because I don't want to know how much I weigh. I don't know, want to know how much I gain. And then now it's like every morning, you know, I get up, weigh myself, see where I'm at, and you know, keep that in mind and work at it. So, and I also like took up hobbies that I didn't do before. Are you there? It's like you froze.
I
Oh,
am
you
here.
are there.
It was
Oh, no,
happening when
you're
we
there.
were talking about the coronavirus. You would like just like freeze, and I'll be like, "What happened?" What kind of hobbies are you
That was
doing
me
that
freezing.
they're helping you?
I took a bike riding. I bike ride a lot, and that's what helps me, man. That's what I enjoy. Uh, I'll go and do 10 miles on just like to get a quick workout in. And the days I have leisure time, I like to go to Studywood Park before all this pandemic, and I'd ride through downtown all the way to like Memorial Park, you know. So it would be like a good 20-mile trek, and it's good, man. I like riding a bike, and that's a hobby. Of course, I get all my cardio in at work, and then I would go to the gym and lift weights because I've like done my cardio for the day. So now I lift weights to like help burn fat, and it helps. So that's it, man. There's not much more to it. But
So the
just
thing
trying to keep losing.
with the pandemic is that people are living more sedentary lifestyles because even the gyms are closed. So there was a point where they closed the parks, and that was upsetting me because that's the only active thing that you can do with your kids. So um, have you tried those exercises at home? They have people trying to lift weights with a broom or do
Uh,
kind of creative stuff at home.
I don't get too creative, man. I mean, I know what I want to focus on. Like again, like for cardio, I have my job. That's 8 hours of walking, and then I come home. If I finish early at work, I take my bike. I'll go on a bike ride, and just because that's more exercise. And then I'll come home and I'll crank out some push-ups, and I got a resistant band, to substitute because I don't have a lot of room for weights. And I'll do my curls through there and like weightlifting exercises with the resisting band. And that's it. There's nothing else to get creative about. That's all I really do. I
And
wish there was more to it. I know people do these Zoom classes or online classes, but no, that ain't me. I don't do all that.
let me ask you, do you feel better about yourself? Like, there's people who are very self-conscious and they feel that people are either making fun of them or judging them for being overweight. Has
Hmm.
it changed the look that you have for yourself? Do you see a difference with your interaction with others, or is it about the same?
Society treats you way different when you're like as big as I was. Like I took my son to a Rockets game, and like a usher stopped me. He's like, "Hey man, why don't you go up front and ask for handicap seating because you're not gonna fit in our seats." And I'm like, "No man, I'm good. I want to go sit down." And like I sit down, it's like, "Oh, I have no room. I don't fit," and people stare at you and they don't really want to be around you. I don't want to say it's right, but I kind of like understand, like, okay. But now, I'm not saying it's like, because I'm not super skinny, you know what I'm saying? I'm still like big dude. Like, I fluctuate between 275 and 273. And so it's not super big, but, it's definitely not at the caliber I used to be. So, yeah, I get treated. People do treat you differently when you're bigger. It's either they pity you or they're just like mean to you and like kind of look at you with disgust. But I'm not crying or complaining, but that's just the way it is. So that's my experience with it. So right now it's just like I kind of just seeing somewhat normal, and that's fine, man. Because now I go to an Astros game and I sit in the seat and I have room and I don't have to go sit in the handicap seating. And I can ride my bike now as where I couldn't before and do a lot more stuff like I have cardio endurance like to do the type of work I do, and it feels good, man. It feels great.
There was something that you forgot to mention. Tell us about the episode where you almost lost your life, and it was related to being overweight.
Oh yeah, I don't think I almost lost my life, but it wasn't good. I was working, and this is in 2016, and I was working as an EMT, and I was in the middle of my shift, and I wasn't eating right or really taking care of myself. I was drinking a lot of Red Bulls, and Cokes and not really watching what I eat. And I was working and my heart kind of took off and it wouldn't stop beating and beating fast. It was like a real rapid heartbeat. I was like sitting down, like sitting like we're sitting now. And my heart was fluctuating between like 180 to 210 beats a minute. And I was in intensive care like for 3 days, critical care. And I was about to get shocked. They're going to put me under and shock my heart to where it goes in a normal pace. And God was looking out for me. And they had given me a pill to help me sleep. And while I was asleep, my heart converted back to normal. So they didn't have to shock me. And so in my mind, I was like, man, God, you get me through this. I'll definitely take better care of myself and I'll be in better health. Make sure I'm in better health. So how do I do that? Like I get out of the hospital and I go and I like fucking gain 60 pounds. And that's how I.
Let me tell you something.
That's how. Huh?
My great-grandfather went to the doctor and they said, sir, if you don't stop drinking, you're going to die. Okay. He went and got a bottle of tequila and died from, I don't know if it was cirrhosis or what, but that's a horrible attitude to have.
It wasn't like I tried to get fat, but it's just like get bigger. It's just like, it was like I eased up, you know what I'm saying? It's, oh man, it's not so bad. I could have some more of this, and I go out and I end up drinking with my friends, and like it's like God, this isn't good, but oh well, and then it's just to a point where it's like walking is uncomfortable. You don't want to walk or you don't want to do nothing. You just want to lay in bed, and it sucks. And I'm glad I'm not like that anymore. The worst thing was like my friend asked me to stand in his wedding. And this one I was really big, and like you couldn't find anywhere the tuxedo like fit right, man. It wouldn't button, and it's like terrible. I'm so embarrassed about that time, but it's harsh. That's how I took care of myself. I got out of the hospital and went and gained 60 pounds. Well,
at least you made it to your friend's wedding, not like mine.
Oh yeah, well, I was in a different place. You know what I was going through at that time. I apologize. It's a terrible time.
It was a hurricane, but I remember you saying it was like your son's birthday or something.
I don't remember what lie I told you. But,
So, well, look, we want to thank you for sharing. This is it took us a while to get there, but it is a very like personal thing to talk about your process. And some people they want to be the chubby guy of the group, like they think that's cute or something, until it catches up to you.
Until your heart starts beating at 200 beats a minute and you feel dizzy. You have to go to the ER.
There's so many things about health that they're saying that one of the things that people don't mention is that the coronavirus is actually affecting people who are overweight too, because their immune system is not as strong. Since I don't know how it works, I guess the body is in constant is working hard to keep the person going.
Yeah, your your heart's beating faster, your blood pressure's higher. I know mine's was like 200 over 180. It was really bad. I was like, hey, you're about to have a stroke.
Were you ever struck with diabetes in the process?
No, I was pre-diabetic, but never diabetic. Thank God, and I hope I stay that way, man. I know skinny people get diabetes, but bigger people are prone to it. Say hello. This is my niece. Come here, Brandy. Come here. Don't look your mom. Come here. God damn it! You better not pee. But anyway.
How old is your niece?
Come here, Brandy. Brandy. I think she turned 2 the other day. Come here. Come here. You're my niece. Come here.
Why are you calling her your niece?
It's my sister's dog.
Yeah, I don't believe in fathering pets.
Huh?
I don't believe in fathering pets. Like those are my grand dogs, and
Oh, this is my. Come here, Mija. Stop barking at me.
I was like, why are you clapping to a baby?
You didn't know? Come here.
I couldn't see
I have
him.
my real niece. I got like four human nieces, and then my hairy niece here. That's why I care. She's still look. She's on my bed. Come get her. We could wrap this up now. Let's not put
Yes.
this on the podcast.
Well, so again, thank you for sharing that.